Hey guys, it's Magaz here, connecting you to airsoft. Welcome back to a slightly different episode of the Pants Party. If it isn't welcome back, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so the next time I see you and say, welcome back. It is actually welcome back and not just, do I know you? Your face looks kind of familiar, not like I think I've seen you before, but kind of like that. You've got one of those faces that's bland enough to sort of forget, but kind of remind me of someone. I mean, not like a celebrity, but you know, like that one bloke that you see in town and say hi to, but you've never really known his name or how exactly you know each other. It'd just be massively embarrassing for the both of us. So I guess while you're there, do the notification thing too. Guaranteed you'll lose your virginity if you hit that one. Before we get underway, I'd like to give a big shout out to our current Patreon supporter, Henry Field. Support through patreon.com/cbnpc really helps out with the creation of these videos. In this episode of the Pants Party, we're going to be taking a look at not just a pair of enhanced combat trousers, but a UBACS as well. This particular set is in a new and unique pattern that was designed with airsofters in mind. That's right, the Novritsch Kreuzotter ASU combat shirt and combat trousers. Before we go any further, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. This set is OEM by TMC. We've talked at length about TMC in a previous video, which you can see right here. TMC are a solid high to mid-tier gear brand. They're relatively cost effective and are great for that new player that has decided they want to look operator as fuck and has put some money aside to do so. We'll go over briefly the details of both the trousers and UBACS, but if you've seen the TMC video, you can skip along and get into the info about the pattern itself and my thoughts on the trousers and shirt. The ASU trousers come in at €89 and the UBACS at $39, which is a reasonable price for kit that's going to last you quite a while. Included with the trousers is a set of camo green knee pad inserts. Let's take a look at all the features these G3 clones have, starting at the top. We have 6 belt loops. The 2 at the front feature a loop for a carabiner. The waistband is quite tall and well reinforced at the rear. To adjust the waist size, there are 2 cinches that can be pulled in and secured with Velcro. The waist closure is also secured by Velcro, and as with all Cry and Cry clones, the top layer extends out slightly. The fly is secured by a YKK zipper. In exactly the spot you would expect, we have the 2 hand warmer pockets. These are relatively low cut, so access when seated isn't restricted. Below these are the accessory pockets. These little pockets open out into the cargo pocket and are reinforced with Cordura fabric, which should prevent wear when you're attaching a knife, pen or flashlight. The cargo pockets below these are double bellowed and feature a flap secured by 2 pieces of Velcro. Internally, there is an elastic retainer for a magazine or whatever other random stuff you want to cram in. These are great because it keeps whatever is in this pocket close to your leg and makes it less likely to flap about while you run. On the front of the trousers, we have the upper thigh pocket. These are smaller than the cargo pockets, feature a single bellow for expansion and hide the height adjustment cord for the knee pads. The next pockets, which are almost identical to these, are the ankle pockets. These sit on the outside of either ankle. The final pockets are on the back of the trousers and sit just below the stretch panel in the waist. They are simple zip closure pockets that more often than not don't get used. We just touched there on the stretch panels. These panels, which feature at the rear waist, in the crotch area, and around the knee pad insert pockets, are an OD or camo green 4-way stretch fabric that allows better mobility, reduces the risk of tearing the trousers, and helps with ventilation in hot environments. The knee pad insertion pockets are exactly as you would expect on a pair of G3 trousers. They fit all of the popular brand inserts, and if you don't want to use the knee pads, they feature a flap of fabric that covers the hole. The seat of the trousers are reinforced with an extra layer of the same ripstop fabric. The final 2 features we will look at are the rear knee and ankle adjustment tabs. These small fabric tabs can be pulled in to tighten the trousers or released for a more relaxed fit. It should be mentioned that these trousers are made from a 65% polyester, 35% cotton ripstop twill. Normally at this point in the Pants Party review, we talk in depth about the quality and performance of the trousers, but today we're going to take a look at the features of this UBACS shirt as well. It should be noted that these are sold separately, but because it's all a new and exciting release, I figured people would like a concise review giving information on a full set. The Kreuzotter pattern is also available in field trousers and a field cut shirt. The UBACS, or Under Body Armor Combat Shirt, is a shirt designed to be worn, as the title suggests, beneath your body armor. The design of the shirt, which has a lightweight fabric on the body and ripstop twill on the sleeves and shoulders and collar, is designed to keep the wearer cool while providing concealment and protection. The fabric used for the body is nice and stretchy. It's quite tough, but also thin enough to let air pass through. The sleeves both feature a raid style pocket on the bicep, which is angled forwards to allow ease of access. Internally, the pockets have a main compartment and a thinner area that sort of piggybacks on top. They are secured by Velcro and have two strips running the length of the pocket for patches. There are small openings in the top flap to allow the user to insert a pen or other thin item. The left pocket also features a pen slot on the exterior of the pocket. The elbow has a reinforced area which opens up at the bottom with Velcro. You could, if you wished, add some padding to the inside of this for extra protection. The cuffs are secured just like the ankles of the trousers with a Velcro cinch. The collar can be folded down to look like a traditional shirt, or raised up and zipped closed to provide neck protection. Wearing it raised is great when you're running a plate carrier that sits close to the neck. It helps reduce any rubbing on your neck area. I remember my old FSBE plate carrier would often rub the side of my neck if I didn't wear a high collar. At the end of the day, my neck looked like a 14-year-old's neck after your first trip behind the bike shed at the school disco, where that one girl would actually look at the nerd in the class that way. Digressing aside, the zipper, as with the trousers, is YKK branded. That pretty much covers the features of the UBACS. Now let's take a look at what I guess a lot of you are here for, the Kreuzotter pattern itself. For those of you unfamiliar with the Kreuzotter pattern, or cross adder, it takes its name from the common European viper, so you could translate this to viper pattern or viper camo. It was developed in-house by the Novritsch textile team, based heavily on the popular tiger stripe patterns used throughout the Vietnam War and by some contemporary forces worldwide. One big thing you'll notice is there is no black anywhere in the pattern. Where there would be black on the classic tiger stripe patterns, Kreuzotter has brown. And not just a flat brown, it is actually vectorized images of real tree bark. The green layers are also vectorized leaves. This adds a lot of depth and texture to the pattern, which will really aid with breaking up the wearer's shape. A nice addition to the pattern are the strict tarn or splitter tarn muster-esque raindrops spaced out all over the pattern. This pattern is incredibly effective in British woodlands, and given the military vibe from the tiger stripe inspiration, is still perfectly serviceable in an urban environment without looking too much out of place. At the time of writing this review, I haven't had this set in the field at an airsoft event. I have worn the trousers, as with all the previous combat trousers I have reviewed, as a daily use trouser for work and play, as also with the UBACS shirt. There isn't much I can say that hasn't already been covered in the previous TMC review. These are really well built, especially for that price point. They are quite accurate clones of a real Crye Gen 3 trouser, and in some cases the stitching is better. For instance, the stitching on the waist closure is better on the Kreuzotter than on my actual Crye Precision trousers. Should you buy a set? If you're a serious player and want to use a pattern that is both unique and effective and has military vibes but without being a pattern that is actually fielded by a real world military, then Kreuzotter is a solid choice. The uniform is well built and at a price point that isn't too high even for relatively new players. If you're trying to emulate a real world military kit, then this is not the kit for you. If you just want to play airsoft locally as folk can be reasonably well hidden in the woods, then I would recommend picking up a set of Kreuzotter G3s. These are without a doubt going to be my woodland go-tos for the foreseeable future. If you have any questions about these pantaloons or about this UBACS shirt, drop them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Before I leave, again, I'd like to say a huge thank you to our Patreon supporter, Henry Field, and remind you that you too can be cool as fuck and support the channel. If this review has been helpful to you, go join the minimum tier for a month, and as internet celebrity tram driver Nick Meso often says, chuck a buck or whatever amount you wouldn't notice if it fell out of your pocket my way. Don't forget to subscribe. There are plenty of review videos in the works, both as part of this series and in the Airsoft Replica series. If you like Airsoft gameplay, There's plenty on this channel as well, including what I believe to be the oldest airsoft gameplay video on YouTube. So go take a deep dive in the back catalogue. Thanks again, I'm Magaz, and remember kids, the air may be soft, but our balls are hard. Also, this video here tells you everything you need to know about the standard TMC G3 trousers. It's well worth a look.